And it's the next big thing. We're tracking this summer-like weather pattern that we typically have at this time of the year that we've settled into. And that does mean the heat and humidity is ramping up and that we're going to have some feels-like temperatures throughout this week and into the weekend of at least 100 degrees, and it starts today. Yesterday we fell shy of a feels-like temperature of 100. It topped out around 98 or 99 in the afternoon, and today I think we're going to get to that mark, and we're going to stay with the triple-digit feels-like temperature for our afternoons through the rest of this week and into the weekend. Now, a friendly reminder, a heat advisory is when we have a feels-like temperature of at least 108. So we're still well below that threshold, and we'll have first alerts issued the moment we have heat advisories that are issued by the National Weather Service, but at least for now, it's a slow, gradual adjustment to this period of heat and humidity. And the pattern itself that we've settled into, strong area of high pressure well off our shores. And remember, around high pressure, there's a clockwise flow, which means that on the backside of the high, we're getting a southwest wind that's bringing all of this rich moisture and humidity from the Gulf and the deep south into the Carolinas, which is why we've got our warm and humid morning and why it's just going to continue to crank up as we head into the second half of the day. At least for this morning, it is calm in the sense that we aren't tracking any rain on first alert radar. However, a few clouds and warm temperatures as well. Thankfully, we've got a little bit of a breeze, as you can see from our Segra Park camera, because if not, it would be a stuffy, stifling air mass this morning. A lot of us in the mid 70s as you head out the door. Even Sumter, look at that, 77 for you this morning. Columbia, you're warm as well, 75 degrees if you happen to be leaving anytime soon. And so for your pool forecast today, it's going to be great, I think. And once we get into the afternoon, there will be a few additional clouds, and you're going to want to make sure you're at least keeping an eye to the sky. You can download our First Alert weather app to use the interactive radar to see if we're going to have one or two of these pop-up thunderstorms in your neighborhood. And there will be a couple of them that we're tracking on radar later this afternoon and into the early evening. But chances for rain, just like yesterday, are very limited. And they're only going to hover between a 20 and 30% as we head into the afternoon. So that means, just like yesterday, most of us stay dry, and then a couple of us will be lucky enough to get a little bit of relief from the heat and humidity in the form of a pop-up summer-like thunderstorm. Now, our Wednesday is looking dry from start to finish, hot as well, with a high of 94 degrees. Thursday on Juneteenth, we have a late day cold front that's going to drop in, a couple of isolated showers and storms with it. And then once we get into Friday as well as the weekend, this weak front ain't going to do much for our temperatures, as we're still going to be in the mid 90s this weekend. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits, and guess what? It gets hotter next week. Highs are going to start to climb into the upper 90s.